You're silencing the children. Where are their rights? They have no rights. Because if they don't believe in the indoctrination, the demonic, twisted, sneaky, vile.
I quit!
There goes a mother. Here goes Mama Bear. Mama Bear has something to say to the school board concerning what they've been doing to some of our children. And I think this is the kind of stuff that is going to take for change to happen. Let's check this one out.
I think the Board of Education and those sitting on the panels are thieves. I think they're liars and have committed treason against our children. Stop indoctrinating our children. Stop teaching our children to hate the police. Stop teaching our children that if they don't agree with the LGBT community, that they're homophobic. You have no idea each child's life. You don't know what their family lifestyle consists of. You have children like mine who is Muslim and I'm Christian, and everyone would think, they would never believe that of her, right? Because the way she looks, or according to Miss Cyrus, she's too pasty white.
Ma'am, we're not allowed to use names. If you have something you'd like to discuss about a specific person, you can call the superintendent or leave your info for her to call you tomorrow.
Kids, time for school.
Wait a minute. So why is she wrong for using names?
Because they don't want the public to know that who the names are, the people on the board, because then essentially that's like doxing them in public.
Doxing them in public, so they are afraid of public criticism or maybe violence or some sort?
Or all the above.
But aren't they thinking about stuff like this when they are indoctrinating our children?
Of course not. That's not their concern.
So if names are not mentioned, what could they do with her testimony? Because it could easily be displayed as a rant, this woman is venting and so on, because without being too specific with the names, how could we tell really what is really happening here?
Exactly.
And who is really behind it?
Exactly. That's why stuff like this needs to be highlighted.
Yeah.
People need to start doing this. Call people out, call people to the mat and be like, hey, look, this is the person who's responsible for this. This is the one who's doing this to our kids.
Yeah.
Why is this being happened? This is the person who signed off on it.
Yeah.
Parents need to do their homework.
I will think that that's actually correct, because if she's not able to call the names, what about those teachers who are innocent, who have nothing to do with any of this rubbish? So they have to be
or the teachers who don't agree with it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They are innocent. They have nothing to do with this. So they should not be categorized or generalized in that group either. So you have to be specific by calling out who these people are so that they can they need to be exposed, because
that's not how the left works. They work by generalizing. They work by grouping and lumping everybody into one category or another.
That's the problem. You have to be more specific, and I think she's doing an excellent job at exposing them. I actually do agree with what she's doing here.
Corruption. Why are we not allowed to discuss names? Why am I not allowed, when they purposely themselves expose themselves on social media, talking about calling for the death of a former president, or saying that any child that doesn't believe in Black Lives Matter should be canceled out? Is this what my tax dollars is paying for? You're teaching my children and other children that if they believe in God Almighty, they're part of a cult. These educators put their own names out there. We have Mr. Barry, who took it upon himself with Miss Cyrus to create a curriculum.
That should be it.
Do you want the proof? I have the proof. You created a curriculum.
I think Mr. Barry wasn't too happy about his name being called out publicly like this.
I don't think any of them are.
Mr. Barry said that should be it. Well, she's not done yet.
Can I preach it like I feel it?
Oh, no. She's just getting started.
Let's continue here. Let's call out Mr. Barry's name.
These educators put their own names out there. We have Mr. Barry, who took it upon himself with Miss Cyrus to create a curriculum.
That should be it.
Do you want the proof? I have the proof. You created a curriculum of Black Panther indoctrination. You used taxpayers' dollars.
Ask you one more time. I have no issue hearing what you have to say, but
Why can we not let the public speak? Why can't we let the public know that you're teaching our children to go out and murder our police officers? Do you want the proof? I have the proof. Is that what scares you, the proof? That a parent actually standing up against all of you? Is that what scares you, to call out the names of these people? You work for me. You're emotionally abusing our children and mentally abusing them. You're demoralizing them by teaching them communist values. This is still America, ma'am.
I have no problem having a peaceful discussion. This is not a peaceful discussion.
No, that's your opinion. See, here we go again. This is peaceful. To me, this is peaceful.
Well,
I'm not burning loot.
Rest in peace.
Oh my lord, I love this lady already. Do you see the kind of guts she has?
Oh yeah, I
That
mean,
takes some
she
backbone, my friend.
She is going full bore on the full ham on these guys. She is not going to back down.
Yeah, but I don't know what they're talking about the discussion, because she has 5 minutes to express how she feels. She's not asking them question for them to answer. She's just calling them out and express her view. So I have no idea what they mean by that.
Yeah, it's not a discussion. This is just her expressing how she feels and how she views things and how she sees it from a parent's perspective.
Yeah.
And that, she feels that what is being taught to her kids and everything, it needs to stop.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually agree with her, man. This is what it's gonna take. This is what it's gonna take. It's gonna take this type of mama bear attitude who just going to go against this, how do you call it, the wave, right? Going against the status quo and challenge the system, because these people, they need to be called to account because they've stepped out of they stepped out of line. This is not
Yeah.
what they were signed up to do. So
Yeah, they've definitely stepped out of the bounds and confines of what they were hired to do and what their jurisdiction of what their job mandate is.
yeah, absolutely.
And now they're
Absolutely.
pushing agendas on our kids to indoctrinate them, as she said, into communist thinking. And that's not right. And matter of fact, there's an article in the Constitution. It's actually illegal in the Constitution, making it illegal to be a communist in the U.S.
Wow.
That's something that a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah. Let's continue.
Looting and murdering. This is peaceful.
I did not accuse you of that.
This whole cancel culture. You're silencing the children. Where are their rights? They have no rights. Because if they don't believe in the indoctrination, the demonic, twisted, sneaky, vile acts and education, if you call it that you're teaching our children, they don't agree with that. They're either homophobic, they're part of a cult, they're racist. What's racist? Who defines racist? Why? Because do you know what race I am? You're judging and dividing. You're causing segregation. Everything that we fought for, everything that I fought for years. So you have the right to stand here and tell me I'm not allowed to mention a name when the person, the Mr. Barry and Miss Cyrus themselves, you have ELA teachers giving out assignments on police murder. Police are bad? You want the proof?
Okay.
Because we have it.
So
What policy do you have that teachers are not allowed to go on social media and indoctrinate? They took an oath, a responsibility, and they're going against everything that they stand for.
you're making general assumptions.
No, I'm not making assumptions. I'm not.
Because you
I
just-
know what I'm speaking about. See, I don't agree
I'm not
with you,
gonna
so it's an
engage.
assumption.
Well, I'm not going to engage in a back and forth with you about this. So if you would like to make an appointment, I would be happy to sit with the superintendent.
I don't
and have a
want to. The
conversation.
superintendent, the assistant superintendent already sent an email and stated that they had no idea that these books were being put in the students' hands. I have a problem when teachers are passing out flyers, recruiting children to go to the courthouse, to protest Black Lives Matters, when you have people sitting with signs that says all cops are bastards. Really? All cops are bastards? No, I think you people are, because the way you're acting and the way you're treating our children and our police officers and making them believe that it's okay to abuse them, I'll be damned if I'm going to sit here and let you do that. No, I will become your worst nightmare, because I'm going to stand here and keep fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. Everyone out there heard me, whether they agree or they don't. They're going to start looking into it. And now you're exposed. That's all. It's going to end. This indoctrination and hatred towards our police officers, this systematic racism and cancel culture, it's going to end. You came to the wrong school district to do this, okay? Thank you.
Rest in peace.
Oh, Lord. Somebody please give that woman a trophy.
KO.
Finish this. She went crazy on them, and I think that's exactly
Dialogue.
exactly what is needed. This is a mother who loves their children here. This is a mother, okay? And I think when we get under the skin of Mama Bear, this is what you get. You've gone too far, and you think some people ain't paying attention. Well, he's gonna hit you in the face.
And it's gonna hit hard.
Yeah. Somebody say fight for freedom. Fight for freedom that the left is trying to take away from us. That's right, DK. And we must push back against it. And it's not free. It might be free.
Freedom doesn't come free.
No, it doesn't come free. It comes at a great cost. And to keep freedom, it also costs us something. So here we go.
I think it was Andrew.
Yeah, a baby shower coming up.
Andrew Jackson.
Who's
Is that it?
One
of the founding fathers.
Yeah, one of our
said that the tree of liberty must be refreshed with the blood of patriots and tyrants from time to time.
Yep. Because every now and then we have those who are determined to rip it from our hands, and we can just sit back and let it go. It's just that we need to stop surrendering our freedom to these power-hungry demigods. It's kind of what they are. They feel like they deserve so much. She is a boss, man. She is a boss. I love that woman. As I was listening to this, the passage that came to mind. I'm gonna find it for you. Yeah, give me your final thought on this, Dark Vader. In the meantime,
I think that she definitely did what needed to be done, and it made the board feel uncomfortable because they knew that they had no ground to stand on, and she definitely called them out to the mat, and they did not like that at all.
Yeah.
that was the last thing they ever wanted, and
No.
they got nailed on it, and she had proof.
She was on fire. She went hard. She just and I don't think they were ready for this content. And again, when she said they exposed themselves on social media, so what do you mean I can't call their names? And I was like, oops, there we go. They go out there and making TikTok videos all day long. Hey guys, I'm doing this to my kids.
Posting posts on Facebook, stuff like that.
You have no shame. Isn't there a HIPAA law that should actually ban you from? I guess HIPAA law only goes within the health industry or so on, but there should be a law that says you can't speak about what you're doing to kids online like that, because you are exposing.
They're supposed to be a role model for our kids.
Yeah.
And they're being just the opposite.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It is a shame. It's repulsive. I can't stand that. So here's the thing. Here's the verse. This witness is true. Wherefore we rebuke them sharply. That they
sharply
may be
she
sound.
did.
Yes, she did. And that they may be sound in the faith. You see, there are some people, and I'm the kind of guy, I don't like public shame and things. And I'm one of those guys who has a soft spot for people. But there are some people, they need to be exposed. They need to be brought to shame. The reason this is significant is because once they are exposed, they can take a look at themselves. And sometimes public shame brings the reality to them. Hey, you've been doing wrong, and what you've been doing is now in a light. Sometimes that's the only way some people will ever change.
Hmm.
Talking to them, having those meetings, you can call and set an appointment to see. That's bogus. They've been doing that. You
That's
close the
them
door.
trying to subvert it and silence her and keep her
Absolutely.
quiet and keep it
Yeah.
under wraps so
Yeah.
that the rest of the group
Hmm.
doesn't hear what she's saying and get on
Yeah.
board with what she's doing.
Yeah. Yeah. They want to make sure that she keeps her mouth shut. Just go alone, and we supposed to just accept this nonsense. No, no, it's enough. You need to be brought to shame, and you need to stop doing this to children, because you have no shame. If you have no shame to do this and expose them and go after our policemen and just literally you creating this Marxist theology in the heart of our youth to literally destroy their own country.
Hmm.
We shouldn't be sitting there playing games with you because our own liberty is at stake as a result of this. No, we're not
Yeah,
playing with you.
and that's exactly what I was getting at, Andrea. Is that they wanted to silence her by having her take it up privately with the assistant superintendent and
Hmm.
keep it under wraps so that the rest of the group in the room didn't hear what she had to say so that they get
Yeah.
on board with what she's pushing forward.
Yep. 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 That's how you
And
make a stand. I
and
appreciate
DK, you're
that.
absolutely right. Teachers should focus on reading, writing, and arithmetic. That's all they need to teach. Anything more than that, it should be in the school.
Yep.
Period.
Yeah. I don't know what got into their minds, make them think this is a good way for them to teach our children. I don't know when they drank this Kool-Aid laced with cyanide to say we're gonna start doing this to kids. Like, I'm really trying to understand, when did this stuff invaded the school? I know it's been happening progressively, but it's gotten so bad that this is what we worrying about now.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
I'm coming for you.